Hello, my name is MTanner, and I'm a trial attorney with the law firm of Bacon Wilson here in Northampton, Massachusetts. One of the questions people frequently ask me is whether, if they prevail in their case, they'll be able to collect their attorney's fees as part of their damages. In Massachusetts, that's governed by a couple of things. First, in a breach of contract type case, it would be governed by whether or not there's a specific provision in the contract which allows you to collect your attorney's fees. In other instances, there are statutes which may allow you to collect your attorney's fees. A frequently cited example of one of those statutes is Chapter 93A, which is our Consumer Protection Act. So for example, if you're successful in a Consumer Protection Act statute case and you win, you may be able to collect your attorney's fees. Other than those two limited exceptions, that being there's some sort of contract in place which allows attorney's fees, or there's a statute in place which allows attorney's fees, generally in Massachusetts, parties pay the own costs of their litigations. This is important to you if you're a party in a lawsuit because it's one of the many things you need to think about in deciding whether to go forward or whether to settle the case at an early stage. For example, if your case is worth $15,000 and your attorney has told you it's probably going to cost you $7,500 or $8,000 in legal fees to litigate the case, then you may want to think about the number you would ultimately take in settlement of the case, given that in most instances, attorney's fees are not awarded as damages in cases. If you find yourself involved in litigation, one of the things you're going to want to think about very early on in the process is how much are my attorney's fees going to be? If you don't take that into consideration and you're thinking that you're going to win them as part of damages in a lawsuit, as I've just explained, it's reasonably unlikely that that's the case, unless, once again, there's a contract in place which would award you your attorney's fees, or there's a specific statute you're suing under which allows for attorney's fees. As a result, you always want to have in the back of your mind how much you're paying in fees so that you can know how much, in the event you're successful, you'll actually recover in your lawsuit. My name is MTanner, and I'm a trial attorney at the law firm of Bacon Wilson here in Northampton, Massachusetts. As we've just discussed, one of the many things you need to think about if you're involved in litigation is the amount of attorney's fees you'll ultimately pay. As we discussed, here in Massachusetts, you may not necessarily get those fees back even if you prevail in your case. So, at the onset, it would be good advice to speak with your attorney, get some estimate as to how much the fees may be in the case, so that can help you in your decision-making process.